Hello, and welcome to the Beyond Borders podcast, the podcast that explores topics related to international trade. This podcast is brought to you by Buckland. For over 70 years, Buckland has been working to help companies across the world experience global trade in a better way. As a customer-focused company, we provide you with a single source of unmatched customs brokerage, trade managed solutions, freight forwarding, trade technologies, and warehousing and distribution services. I'm your host, Jenny Kaus, Marketing Coordinator at Buckland, and today I'm speaking with our guest, Erica Roderman. Erica Roderman is the Senior Customer Service Administrator at Buckland and holds her Certified Customs Specialist designation. Erica works closely with Buckland customers to ensure the best possible experience and has been with Buckland for over 10 years. Welcome to the podcast, Erica.
Thank you for having me, Jenny.
Erica, today we're going to be talking about the Buckland Client Portal, something that is a very familiar topic to you as you're the person that introduces the Client Portal to many of the users. We will discuss how to get access to the portal, navigate the portal, and features that are on that portal, as well as some of the reporting capabilities. So let's get started. What is, high level, the Client Portal, Erica?
The Client Portal is an online web portal developed by Buckland to provide customers with access to entry data and documentation. The portal provides our customers with immediate access to documents, including invoices and shipment backup 24/7 through a secure online portal. Reports can be generated and downloaded in real time, ensuring that our customers always have visibility to their information.
So what does that mean for customers?
Well, that gives our customers meaningful reporting in real time against at least 2 years of entry data, immediate visibility to invoices and documents as soon as they're received by Buckland, and integrated shipment tracking allowing immediate access to information on entries that are in transit.
That's great. How do Buckland customers get started with accessing the Client Portal? Because this sounds great. How would we get them going? I'm sure they'd be excited to do that.
The Client Portal is available online at buckland.com by selecting the login link in the top right corner. Secure access to the portal is provided on an individual user level with different access possible for each user. Access can be requested by contacting our customer service team or by using the login page and selecting the new user link.
That seems pretty self-explanatory. Thank you. Once logged onto the portal, what can users expect to see? Say their first time they log in, what can they expect to see on that screen?
Right. The first thing you'll see is the Buckland's top news. That features the latest trade news that's been communicated to our customers. It's updated regularly. If you are a Buckland newsletter subscriber, you'll recognize a lot of the content, and you can go back to that page for referring to recent trade notifications. The best experience for our portal is through Google Chrome or Firefox. If you use another browser, reach out to us and we'll see if we can help with that.
I would be remiss if I didn't mention that the news that is posted to the Client Portal, it's, as we mentioned, it's also available with the newsletter, and it's also on the news page of the Buckland website. We also share all of that through our social channels, and I would encourage everyone to sign up for that Buckland weekly newsletter that we mentioned. It really is the best way to stay on top of industry news, regulatory updates, our latest resources that we have, and even new podcast episodes. At the bottom of any of the pages on our website, there is a spot to sign up for that newsletter. And there's also, if you go to buckland.com/newsletter, that is another place that you can sign up for that. So that's a great way to stay on top of things, and also to stay on top of when the newest podcast comes out, such as this one. So what else is available on that Client Portal?
In addition to the news that's available on the portal for all users, on the left-hand side, you'll see a navigation sidebar that can be closed and reopened that features tabs for the services provided by Buckland, including Canadian, U.S., Mexican customs brokerage, international trade compliance and consulting, international freight forwarding and logistics, Buckland transportation, and warehousing and distribution. These pages link out to information on each of those services.
I've noticed in the top right corner, there is a question mark and an icon of a person. What do these lead to?
Users are able to access the help manual by clicking the question mark or reset their password by clicking the person icon in the top right.
Will the portal look slightly different depending on what services you have as a client, or will it look the same for any user?
Yeah, depending on which Buckland services you have, you'll have the options that relate to those within the portal. So when we mentioned before, it's user level access. If you are a user who works for a company that uses Buckland's Canadian brokerage services only, then you will see more information and more options under that tab in the navigation pane.
I've noticed that both Canadian and US customs brokerage tabs, there's an option for shipment tracking. Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. The shipment tracking module allows you to view real-time information on live shipments and download all related documents for each shipment. Search for your shipments using various criteria. If you do not enter any criteria, the shipment tracker will display all of the imports shipped during that time period. The default time period is the previous month, but you can change that to see shipment dates from any time within the past 24 months. You can look at more detailed information on each entry by clicking on the transaction number, which will be a hyperlink.
Great. In addition to the shipment tracking, I see that there's also reporting. What sort of reports can be accessed through the client portal for our clients?
So many reports. The reports available include B2 submitted report, client vendor commodity database, consignee report, daily release count, duty paid by part number, imports by port summary, K84 detail report, low value shipment consolidation report, free trade agreement potential opportunity reports, NAFTA savings, tariff code savings, transportation carrier report. Really, it goes on, and these reports are being updated and revised and worked on all the time based on client feedback. We try to compile the most relevant details and put that in a way that's going to be useful for you.
That is a lot of reports that are available to customers. That's great. And I can see how they would get some wonderful insights from that. How do users of the portal access those reports?
So once you're logged into the client portal, you select the Customs Reports option in either the Canadian Customs Brokerage or US Customs Brokerage section, and you'll view the list of reports that are available for you to run. You can see a description of the information that the report provides by hovering over the name of each report. When you click on the name of a report, it will open a new screen that will allow you to enter the criteria. You'll require a date range, a client selection. Several reports contain additional filters, so if you are looking at a tariff code savings, you can filter that further by the tariff code or by vendor. The dates that can be selected using the calendar, or you can type them. Other selection criteria are drop-down lists, and they allow you to select one, multiple, or all items. Some reports contain optional text fields, like for part number and HS tariff.
The other area that I see is client documents. What can users expect to see in that section of the portal?
The Client Documents module is available underneath the U.S. Customs Brokerage section. It allows you to view legal documents on file for your clients. Documents are sorted by year and type, for example, the power of attorney, a customs bond renewal. Performing a search by year will show you all documents that became effective, became expired, or were added that year. Otherwise, you can perform a more specific search by document type or document description. You can export the files by selecting them and using the Export Documents button above the table. It'll download based on your settings. The other area you'll notice is the entry portal. This application allows users to create entries, add to the parts database, add related companies, and generate various documents. If your company uses the entry portal, you will be able to access it in a new window using the button at the bottom of the screen. We also have a specific manual for this application if you are using it.
Oh, that's great. Now, what about the Mexican Customs Brokerage tab?
The Mexican Customs Brokerage section contains information on Buckland's services and also allows access to the Buckland Warehouse Management System, or WMS. Buckland's Mexican partners, for some users, will also have a link in this section if those rights have been assigned based on the user access. The Buckland warehouse management system allows users to create and view work orders. For shipments, it can be accessed from the warehousing section as well, and there's a specific user manual for this application. If your company that you have access to also uses one of Buckland's Mexican partners for Mexican-bound brokerage, you will be able to connect to that partner's website through the table at the bottom of the U.S. Customs Home section. This link is provided under the Mexican Customs brokerage as well.
The next tab in the left-hand navigation is International Trade Compliance and Consulting. What is housed in that section of the portal?
The International Trade Compliance and Consulting Home section contains information on Buckland's compliance services. Within this section, there's also a link to the classification gateway for some users. Buckland's classification gateway allows users secure access to a classification database. Here you can search for a part and find its information or make a request to have a new part classified. Please view the Classification Gateway user manual for more information about that application.
That's great advice. Now, warehousing and distribution. I'm seeing that as I continue to look down the side. Can you tell us a little bit more about what is in the warehousing and distribution tab?
Of course. So this tab will have information on Buckland's warehousing and distribution services. There's also a section for access to our warehouse management system in this section. Through the warehouse management system, you can view the work orders in or out, an incident dashboard, trailers, consolidations, and access reports that are related to warehouse services. The WMS can also be accessed from Mexican Customs. And again, it does have a specific user manual because it's a more in-depth application.
That's great that those resources are available. As everybody's listening to it and they're hearing about the client portal and they want to get access for their company, what should we tell them to do?
Right, there's a lot of ways that you can get set up. The most straightforward is to go to the website, click the login, and select the new user link. That's going to send an email to our customer service administration team, and you should be set up in no time. Keep an eye out for an email from No Reply at Buckland with your temporary link to set your password. If you are a current Buckland client and you want more information or you want access to the client portal, you can always give us a call. You can ask to speak with anyone in customer service and we would be glad to set you up.
That's awesome. It sounds pretty simple to get moving with the client portal. Thank you so much. I wish we had more time to talk about this because I know that there's so many things that the client portal can do to help Buckland customers understand more richly what's happening with their goods and get all of that great reporting so that they can make really good business decisions from that information. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today about the client portal. I know it's something that you spend a lot of time working with, and so it was really meaningful for us to have you with us to talk about the client portal and give people some ideas of what they can do next if they want to get started with it.
Definitely. Thanks for having me. And I just want to throw out one more. If you have access to the portal or you want it and you would like sort of a demonstration or a WebEx, I'd be happy to schedule that with you or anyone here in our customer service office. We can go screen by screen, report by report with your data so that you get a handle on what the portal would mean for you.
And people can reach out to csagroup@buckland.com to do so, correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you so much. That is the Beyond Borders podcast for today. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you to our guest, Erica Rotterman, for joining us and for sharing her expertise. If you're looking for resources related to international trade, check out buckland.com and click the Learning Guide section for more downloadable resources, ranging from Incoterms reference charts, tips for avoiding border delays, things to keep in mind when choosing a broker, and more. Also, be sure to sign up for this weekly newsletter that we mentioned earlier through our website to receive a roundup of the latest trade news delivered right to your inbox. Please feel free to reach out to us through our website's Contact Us page, through Twitter, where our handle is @BucklandTweets, or on LinkedIn. Thank you for listening to the Beyond Borders podcast, and be sure to tune in again and subscribe for more great conversations about importing, exporting, and everything else in the world of logistics and international trade.